Hello friends. Today we are going to talk about how to find a part-time job for students while you are in the UK. Approximately 4 lakh students are coming to the UK every year. So approximately 30 to 40,000 up to 80,000 Indian students come to UK every year. We have noticed that certain sectors or the certain students from certain countries are more willing to work part-time for many reasons. Many of the reasons, it is very important for many students from a different family background to support their living while they are in the UK via part-time work. Let us try and understand, why do actually students need to work part-time and why do they actually work part-time, right? The first one I would like to mention is 30 to 50% of Indian students, those who come to the UK, they take home mortgage-based bank loans. It means they are in a lot of monetary pressure. Pressure in a way that I need to pay the loan back to my parents, to the bank, and I do not want to put my middle-class family who is relying and trusting on me to do well with this investment. There is a pressure that the student takes on. The student takes that pressure to say that I have to prove myself and make the best use of the money. This is where there is a bit of a misunderstanding. The best use of the money is not only by returning the money back, but basically the best use of that money could be by making the right use of the time that you are in the UK. And not by forgetting what is the main purpose that you are here in the UK for. The number one purpose of you have to be here is your studies. So focus. As long as you are within your legal limits, as long as you're enjoying and attending your classes and making the best use of the money, part-time work is definitely very helpful. And of course, many students, when they have this financial pressure, and one part-time work can yield up to, in a legal limits, up to 9 to 10,000 pounds an annum, because you can work 20 hours a week. So even if I calculate around £9 an hour, for 52 weeks, you can basically earn 9 to 10,000 pounds an annum, which is a good enough sum for you to support either your living or in many scenarios, pay your loan. So this is one of the basic reason that I see many students want to work part-time when they are in the UK, because of the bank loan pressure. The second reason that many students do want to work is because they have a lot of time. Indian students in their college and schools, you have spent 6 days a week, around 40 hours a week in your lectures. But suddenly when you come to the UK, you see the mode of teaching, the way of learning, the curriculum is completely different. It is much more research oriented. It is much more practical oriented. It means there is not a lot of lecturing time. It could be around 20 to 35 hours a week into 2 to 3 days, in certain scenario 4 days a week, but you still are left with a lot of time out of 7 days. And many students think, how can I utilize, again, the best use of this time? And many students, they want to engage in some sort of a working capability where they can learn something, at the same time earn something. So that is the second reason that many students think, if I have a spare time and if I cope well with my studies and I do enough research in my libraries, laboratories, group work, project work, I still left with some time, why not work? Great, of course. If you're coping well, you should. And the third and the other important reason is the sense of independence. And I know not a lot of students talk about it, but it is the first time many students have come out of their safe zone, the comfort zone. And it would be the first time if they start to work and start to get the paycheck, nothing is more satisfying for them. The sense of independence, the sense of managing your own finances, taking the full responsibility, builds up the confidence within the students. This young chap, this young girl, they start to feel confident about, I can earn this much by myself. And that confidence, the sense of independence, makes them to lure and work more and more and more. In that vicious cycle, sometimes some students do go derail from their focus, and they focus only on earning because they start to enjoy it. So in the 3 topics, in the 3 points that we discussed, we also realized that as much as working part-time is very helpful, it has to be balanced with your focus of studies. You need to focus enough to make sure that you are giving enough contribution, enough time and enough efforts for your studies, and not only working part-time. So you would understand these are the 3 main motives that students currently do work. Now let us try and understand the same working part-time from a different angle. What if we change the motive of working part-time? It is a very minute difference, but it means a lot. The outcome would be doubled, your time would be utilized more, your money would be giving you a best return on investment if you change the motive of working part-time. Let's understand. The number 1 motive that I suggest that you should be working part-time is to get the practical experience. Again, mostly the international students, especially the Indian students, those who come abroad for studies, have not worked before in their life. It would be the first time they would ever expose themselves in a real working life. And then if they're studying, imagine a business course, imagine a computer course, where there is no practical relatability, it becomes very difficult for you to actually understand the concept. It becomes really difficult for you to actually understand the practical implementation of the concepts or the theories or the hypothesis that you're studying in the university. By working part-time, you allow yourself to learn the practical implementation of the theories that you have learned in the university. Let's take a couple of examples. If you're studying, let's say, HR management, and if you're working in McDonald's as a part-time worker, you can start to observe the HR policies, the management structure, the shift management of a HR in McDonald's versus what you are studying. You have a real life case study in front of you where you are involved as a stakeholder. You would better understand HR while you are working. So just changing the intention, just changing the attitude towards the part-time job would let you learn more and maximize your return on investment here. You need to observe, what can I learn by working? Let's take another example. Let's say you are a computer science graduate. Okay, you are studying artificial intelligence, automation, IoT, whatnot. And on a part-time, you're working in a grocery shop. Very different experience, right? How can it be relatable? How can I make best use of this working experience? Think, while working in the grocery shop, what processes of the grocery shop can you implement the computer science theories or hypotheses? Can you automate some of the processes? Can you implement auto checkout? Can you implement automation? Can you create or write a software for the inventory and the supply chain management? Yes, you can. If you think in that way, how can I implement what am I learning in the university into the part-time work that you probably are doing? You would again maximize your return, what you get out of it. And then you would start to feel the paycheck, which was making you so confident, making you so independent, would be an extra bonus on top of the learning that you're already done. The second important thing that you can learn by the change in the attitude or the intent of doing a part-time work is culture and values. Understand that you are a foreigner when you first land in the UK. You have a complete set of values and complete set of culture that is very different or could be very different from the British values and culture. By working in your local community business, You actually immerse yourself in the British values and culture by mingling and mixing with the local people. That would not only, of course, help you understand their culture, but you would understand, learn, and adapt. By learning and adapting to the British culture and values, you would open up and mix in, you would blend in, and you would get that kind of confidence that many of your classmates are quite hesitant about because they are not exposed to that sort of a culture. Although they are studying in the UK, but they're still in that small bubble, which is still protecting them. They are not yet exposed to the real British experience. So by working part-time, not only the paychecks, but your experience and the values and the culture that you learn, you start to appreciate, you start to learn, you start to see things differently. And that changes your perspective towards job, people, culture, and many other stereotypes. And the third one, very much related to it, is connection. By working closely with the local people outside your domain of your university, which is very academic oriented, here you are making a different set of circle with the people who could be a very good connectors for you. They have their own connections in their private life. When you are ready to apply for a graduate job, these would be the people, probably your best friends, would recommend and refer you to their own connections. It depends upon how well you can manage those relationships. In many times in my experience, I've seen the best people in your life that you would meet would be either on the university or in your work colleague. This could be a business partner or this could be a life partner as well. So it becomes very crucial. We have seen the first three reasons were very, very specific and practical. That I'm not saying good or bad, right or wrong. These are the three reasons: bank loan, the sense of independence, and of course, the course format, the more free time that you have. These are the practical reasons many students do work. But if you just add a difference in the intent, when you work to learn the local culture and values, when you work to make connections and make new friends, and when you work in a local culture to implement what you have learned in the university, the value, the overall return on your investment has more than doubled. Now we have understood why should we be working part-time. Now let's get to the context of how can we find the best part-time work. I think since I have come in 2006, I came in as a student as well, the part-time working category has changed dramatically. When we came in, the majority of the jobs were available only in the McDonald's, Burger King's, grocery shops, and so on and so forth. These kind of jobs were available. Now there are new avenues of the part-time jobs available with the growth of internet, with the wide variety of jobs available which could be done remotely and technologically. So let's understand and dig into it. The one important point is if you're talented enough, you could secure a lot of freelancing work. If you're a graphic designer, if you're a content writer, if you're a software coder, even if you're a salesperson or a marketeer, you could do plenty of jobs freelancing while staying at home. You do not have to go places to places distributing your resumes. So the freelancing talent-oriented job, that is very popular nowadays. And then probably you can start planning before you come to the UK. While you're preparing back home that I want to travel abroad and I want to study in the UK, you may want to brush up your skills which would allow you to do those part-time freelancing work. The second way and the most important way is your LinkedIn profile. If you do not exist in LinkedIn, you do not exist in the professional world. It is as simple as that. LinkedIn has made a big impression in the professional job seeking and the professional profiling that you would have to be active enough and presentable enough in LinkedIn so that more people in your industry or even cross industry that you can connect to and seek help and advice. Connections are the most important asset that you can make while you are studying as well or continuously in the life. Network is the net worth. I keep repeating that. The third one is the local community-based help. You should be always connected, and it is very helpful that you be connected with your local community. There's so many Indian local communities in the UK, in whichever city that you are in. These communities could be based on religion. If you are Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, you have different religious places and the community around it. Be a part of it. Not only that they would help you, you would feel at home. You would not miss the festivals, the cultural events that you are not able to participate because you are in the UK. But these are the guys, these are the local community, they care for you if you make a meaningful connection. And they could probably advise you and connect you for any part-time work. It's very, very important. Not only by religion, some of the communities are based by region as well. If you are from Andhra, if you are from Maharashtra, if you are from Punjab, if you are from Gujarat, they are a different region-based community and the student communities available as well. Look out for them, join them, participate, seek help and provide help. That is the true sense of community. Then again, it would be your university. I think many international students underestimate how much universities can help. You do not go up to the student career department many times. You do not ask them enough questions. You do not follow up or chase them enough. They spend time, they spend their career, they spend their money in helping you securing a good job. Your university, the course that you are working on, or they could be connected with an internship or a work placement. Ask your university to make introduction to such companies. Create your profile on your university job portal. They will connect you with the prospective employers, which in most cases is very much in line with what you're studying. So it becomes really, really, really helpful. I cannot stress you enough how important that internship or work placement could be, which is not only a part-time job, but also a real-life graduate work-oriented place where you are learning and implementing your skills. Very important. In many cases, universities do have their campus jobs available for students. They are student ambassadors, they are student representatives, they are student leaders. So you could get your part-time job within the university. So you're not missing, you're not traveling anywhere else. And at the same time, having the facilities of the universities to work. The fifth one is volunteering. Many of you may feel volunteering, maybe I'm not going to make money, but trust me, if you start engaged and if you start the relationship with something that you truly believe in, is it a cancer research or an orphanage or even in the COVID scenario helping or elderlies? Any sort of volunteering, if you come out and do it, even if it doesn't pay you at that point of time, it is going to help you secure a job. It is going to add an extra star in your CV. It is a real selfless experience that you would show it in your resume that you care, and if you actually do. And other traditional approach that you can also and you should also do is attending a lot of events, webinars, seminars, job events, job fair, career fair. Attend talks. During in COVID, we have so many webinars going out there. Make connection, connect with them on LinkedIn, make a personal connection, chat with them, seek help, ask questions. Make a relationship with employers. Ask them question. I'm studying this. How should I be preparing myself to secure a job in your company after I graduate? Ask a question. If you won't ask, you won't get. And of course, the usual method of job portals. Upload your profile on job portals, distribute it. But then be very specific where you're applying. Don't just apply to any and every job. Apply locally and apply skillfully. I think these are the 6 to 7 different ways that you can explore other than the traditional ways of doing it. And my favorite is the freelancing work. And my favorite, again, the second favorite is to work with the university. Work in a placement, work in an internship. So I hope these different ways of reasons why you should be working in a part-time job and changing the intention and changing the motive to maximize and make best use of your time and money during your studies and working part-time, and the reasons and the ways that you can secure these jobs. So I hope you like this video. I hope this would help you even a little bit. Please do like, subscribe, and share this video. And Zoom abroad, study abroad. If you have any questions, please write to me on the comments below or reach out to me on the email. Thank you very much for listening. This is Abhishek from Zoom Abroad.